Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 29 of my Feed the Beast Ultimate Beginner's Guide. I'm going to do a bit more stuff on spawners in this episode. I want to get a blaze spawner set up to show you the difference between setting one of them up. And at some point we're going to get an enderman spawner because we need ender pearls. But to get that we need to go to the end first, so I'm going to show you how to go to the end and kill the ender dragon. There are a couple of things that I want to get on with. I'm not sure how much I want to get done in this episode. There's a couple of other things I want to show. I've taken some books out of the book chest. What's called the book chest now. This was filled up. There's some quite cool stuff in here. There's potency and treasure can go on a wand when I make another wand. Potency 3 is ideal for the lightning one, but we ain't got we've only got potency 2. Ideally, seeing some repairs or charging in here would be really nice. What I've got is soul steel, elm breaking, disjunction. So what I'm going to make is, so we are going to go to the end at some point and we're going to start collecting enderman souls. We're going to need a anvil to start putting these books onto a weapon. If you remember, for a while I've had this vile sword in my inventory. So we're going to get this vile sword, make it into an enderman killer. Disjunction does more damage towards enderman. So disjunction 3 is going to help us. Soul stealer, we can put 2 soul stealers on there. In fact, we can put 2 disjunctions as well, so it's a disjunction 4. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And unbreaking, will make it last a bit longer. And we can start getting enderman souls into this. As you can see, my blaze has got 646 kills in it. I've been to the end. No, I haven't. I've been to the nether. And I had a fly around. And been quite some distance in that direction. Maybe about 600 metres. I found a fortress. Got a couple of spawns out of there. And again, I think about 1,000 metres that direction I found a spawn. So I have a fortress. So when you find a fortress, you generally find at least one. At least one spawner. What I can do now is I can come over here where we've got our 2 spawners that we had from the beginning. And plop. And plop. There we go. I've now got 1,024 blazes legitimately into a soul shard. Now well, remember, I'm on a different version of Ultimate here. I'm on 1.1.0. I've not actually looked what it changed yet. I just noticed it on the launcher when I logged on this morning. So I'm on 1.1.0 version here. I'm guessing it's maybe just bug changes because I've heard there's quite a few bugs in 1.0.2. So it's still 1.4.7. So nothing's changed there. So I'm guessing it is just bug changes. What we're going to need now for these books is our compressor. We're going to want 27 iron ingots in there because we need 3 iron blocks. And while we're on this, if you look, our lighting's never been that good. We've been using torches. I'm going to make what I'm going to make is, in fact, I'm going to put some more of them in there. I'm going to put a full stack in. What I'm going to make is some RAF lamps. RAF lamps are from factorization, really good light source, and as you see we've got torches all around here. 1 RAF lamp is going to be enough for each floor, so I'm going to make a few RAF lamps. For that we need we need to mess around a little bit. It's not really messing around, but what we need a thing called a craft packet stamper. Now this is all from factorization, so let's do our usual mod thing here, and let's go to factorization. There we go, shift right click there, and we'll see everything that this has got. What we're looking at making is some diamond shards, because we need a thing called a RAF igniter. RAF igniter takes a diamond shard, and to make a diamond shard, if you click on there, you'd actually get a recipe. What you actually need is, you need this special craft packet here. It uses TNT, a diamond block, obsidian, TNT, sand and gunpowder. So we need 4 TNT, in a diamond block, so we need 9 diamonds. So our quarry's been going quite a long time now. We've got a good amount of diamonds. That's good. And we need some obsidian. 4 of that. That's good. And we're going to need some sand. So stick 64 of that for now. And if we go to our other base, we should have plenty of gunpowder in here. It's kind of like the organic chest, if you will. And while we're here, let's see how that's going. That's going okay. So first up, gunpowder. Now, was it like so? It was like so. Let's even that out. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Put the rest of that stuff back. Once this is done, we're going to get a diamond block as well. There we go. And what we can do with these iron blocks is we're going to need an anvil. So let's get 2 more bits of iron. When you make an anvil, I needed 3 more bits of iron, my bad. 3 more bits. So you need 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 iron in total. Into that pattern there, and that gets you an anvil. And what you can do with an anvil is, it costs you levels, but where should this go then? This could go, let's just have it over here near this chest. There you go, there's your anvil. And what we can do is we can put our sword in there. We can start giving it stuff. So Soul Stealer, 5 levels, makes it Soul Stealer 3. Put it back in, Soul Stealer again. I'll make that Soul Stealer into a Soul Stealer 4. So what Soul Stealer does is, when I kill something with a shard on my bar, I get 1 kill. Every level of Soul Stealer gets extra kills into that. So Soul Stealer 4 plus the shard, that'll get me 5 kills per 5 souls per kill, rather than just the 1. Let's get in breaking onto there. That's going to cost 10, so it's getting a bit more expensive now. And then let's see if we can get these on here. Now it's too expensive, so we need more levels. When we've got more levels, we can get disjunction 4 onto there because we've got 2 disjunction books. For now, Soul Stealer 4 and Unbreaking, that's quite good for killing Endermen. So that's good. As I said, you can cheat if you wanted to. If you put a soul shard with 1 kill on here and then put another soul shard in, it'll add more kills to it, so you just need to get 1 kill. You can combine soul shard. You can make soul shard pretty cheap because of the way they interact with anvils. It's I believe it's been fixed in the latest version. It's been rewritten maybe because of it, I don't know, but in these versions you can cheat that pretty much if you so wish. I prefer not to myself, but I maybe would just for the Let's Plays and get it done a bit quicker, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to do it legitimately. So what we need here is it like that. 4 obsidian. No, let's. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Rotate them so it's TNT in that pattern. Craft packet. Now for that we need a craft packet stamper. That's this thing here. So there's a crafting table, a piston, some cobble and some iron. Let's get that made. If I had a crafting table in there, I have. Going to need to quickly make a piston. Should have maybe done this, had this ready off camera, but I apologise. And I'm going to need 3 iron for the actual thing. And I have to get some cobble from downstairs. Should be enough. So there's our piston. There we go, craft packet stamper. Now this is maybe the only time you want to use one of these, but they are useful for some other stuff, but I never really get around to using them. There we go, that gives us 18 diamond shards. So we've got plenty of diamond shards. What we can do now is, can I leave them in there? No, once they're out, they're out. Okay. Now I need a thing called a wrath igniter, and that's just a diamond shard combined with a bit of nether brick, which we've got some in here. Nether brick. That gets us a thing called a wrath igniter. And now what we can do with that is we can get blocks of iron. I don't want them there. Don't want them touching smooth stone. You want this somewhere where they won't burn. Well, they won't burn the surrounding. Well, you want these to burn. You just don't want them to burn the surrounding items. So let's go up on the roof, like that. Combination of stairs and modular power suit speed is not always brilliant. Wrath igniter. You set fire to these iron blocks, and what that's going to do is it's going to turn these iron blocks into what's called dark iron. And dark iron is what we use for making wrath lamps and some other stuff like factorization routers and router upgrades. Useful stuff, worth knowing about. Just put out the flames. So you see these get the special flames, but then they start normal fires as well. Go out fire. There we go, that's all out, and now we can break these. And what we end up with is four dark iron blocks instead of iron blocks. So you put them in your crafting thing, you can turn them into ingots. And now what we can do is we can use that to make 4 ref lamps. Now ref lamps, ingots in the corners, and we need some silver and we need some glass panes. So let's go down here and get some silver. Where's silver? Your silver. 8 of them. We need some glass panes. I'm not sure if I've got any glass panes crafted. Not enough. Let's use this. There we go. Get some quick glass panes. And there we go, ref lamps. These are really nice. They do have some issues with them. What they do is they create blocks of light, solid blocks of light, so you've got to be careful when using things like quarries or other things that calculate space around them, because even though you can't see it, there's actually solid blocks of light here as far as the game's concerned. So them blocks of light can get in the way of some stuff. There we go. See, I've taken all these torches down, and we've still got full light in this room because of that thing. Now if we press our F7 button, F7 button not working. That's my helmet. Yeah, it's because of the helmet. Okay. F7 button shows you that we're still fully lit in here. There's no way mobs can spawn in here. And just to show you, let's take that down again. So if you don't like torches, or if you want to make it look a bit more modern than having fiery torch on your wall, there you go. You see, pretty dark in here. One of them sorts it right out. So we can have one of them on each floor now, get rid of all the torches. I'll do the rest of that off camera. So there's a couple of uses for iron blocks. And there we go. Right, I'm going to get on with prepping some other stuff off camera. And I shall be back in a little while. And I've just come back for a sec, and I've just come to check the quarry, and I see the quarry's finished. You see there's some water down in the bottom of there. Look, the quarry's finished. It's down at a flat level 2 there, a bedrock. You can't really see because it's a bit dark down there. But we finished the quarry, so I'm going to move the quarry now, and the quarry now is going to go under the base. So I want to quarry it underneath the base. What that'll do is it'll give us place to expand downwards if we want. It'll also let us put in the drop box that we're going to have for the Enderman spawners once we've got that sorted. So I think I showed you this last episode. I cleared out a 5x5 area down here. And what a 5x5 does is, well, now I get my landmarks. I can go like so, and that's not good. That's not where I wanted that at all. Didn't realise there was a block missing there. I have to try and sort this out a little bit. Let's come on, get in the right place. You damn thing. Break that one. Okay. And one over here. One over there. What we can do now is, this gives us a nice 5x5 area. Well, I shouldn't have actually done that yet. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should. Now what we can do is put our quarry just there. And I have to knock a little bit of space out, set it up, back in a bit when that's set up. Just wanted to show you where the quarry is going next. So I'll show you when we're about to start it up. So here we go with quarry the second, exactly the same setup as quarry the first. Steam and that liquid tesseract. That's sent to go to quarry. These both disabled so that they don't get so these don't interact with them. And these set to active output links, redstone signal, which will turn the engine on. Same with this one. And the point of clearing out that 5 space is it just clears this area out so that we don't actually have to dig up the floor, and we also know that everything we've got safe there, so we don't have to blow things up. Once we've got a framework in here, I can put a couple of blocks back under that just to stop that water flowing. But water flowing can be quite useful in a quarry, so we could just leave that. But I'm not going to. I'm going to get 3 of them. And once this is sorted out, once the framework's in there, because that's in the top level of the frame, we won't keep digging it back out, but we need to let the frame build first. So this should start building a frame once it's cleared things. It's dark in here now, so we've got mobs, unfortunately. So I just want to let that sort itself out for a sec. Now that seems to be getting stuck with the water blocks. It is. So I've got an issue here with water. Go away, skeleton. See that there? Keep trying to clear them water blocks. Which is no good. No good at all. And so something you need to be aware of. What I can do, I can block this water, but what that's going to do is going to stop water going into my quarry, my boiler. So I can't block this for very long, otherwise I'm going to have big trouble. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to block this for a second until the quarry gets going. And then I have to quickly sort that out, otherwise the boiler will overflow, and that's going to put us in loads of trouble if that happens. Overheat, should I say. So this now, it's got water. That's going to start going down. We need to make sure that the water blocks get put back, otherwise we're going to be in a whole world of trouble. So, and I've not left myself a really good way of getting down. So we've got a quarry under here. This will start digging out. There we go. And then once this is done, we've got a nice bit under our base for expanding down into. I should have maybe gone out 1 block further. I actually should have, yeah. I should have gone out 1 block further. We're going to end up with a lip. So it's going to be 1 thinner, then 1 thinner each side, then above it. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Right, I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to get that water sorted out, because that's going to become an issue really quick if I don't. So I'll be back in a little while. Okay, so mini panic over. The boiler's back up to full liquid, and the way I've done it is I've prepared for the future. Let's jump down, look underneath there. Underneath there now is a liquid tesseract set to water, so I quickly made a couple of tesseracts. What I've done is I pulled out the aqueous accumulator from under there. I made a couple of more aqueous accumulators. And now, if I can stop being an idiot and work out how to get out of here. Let me help, for God's sake. We can go in here, and what I've done, I made a little setup here, which is what I normally do, is 3 aqueous accumulators, a couple of liquid ducts, and a liquid tesseract. So now I've got a whole load of water. Any machines that need water, this next boiler, I can just add a tesseract underneath. If we go back to the other base, for example, under there I've got tesseract. Of course, because not a tesseract. Under there I've got an aqueous accumulator, and it's got a water block either side of it. I could swap that for a tesseract out. Now I'm not going to bother with that because that's working fine, but I could tidy that up a bit by putting tesseracts everywhere. The thing is, they're still a little bit expensive because we haven't got an Enderman spawner yet, but that's part of why we want an Enderman spawner, because it makes tesseracts cheap. And once tesseracts are cheap, you can do quite a lot of stuff. Now I was going to start working towards an Enderman spawn on this episode, but I've got a couple of things that I'm going to do first. It might end up making this episode full, so I'm not fully committed to doing that just yet. What I've started doing is, one thing I've started doing is, got quite a few of these dark zirconium. I've started just cooking them manually into zirconite bricks, and we could at some point start making this floor into the non-spawn stuff, but our lighting situation is good enough that we don't need to. As you can see, I put the other raft lamps up. There's one up there. There's one below the thing there. So the actual main part of my base is lit up pretty well, so we don't actually need the zirchlorite stuff, so I'm probably wasting my time there. One thing I have done is I looked how much. This is getting full quite often. If you see, there's only 4 spots in there because everything's manual still. My ores, for example, I'm putting into the manually, into here manually. That's all manual still. I'm emptying this out manually. It's not ideal. you did see I did make an import and export bus the other episode when I did some ME stuff, but I didn't have enough quartz to really do anything with them, so I've not done anything with that yet. We need to start looking at making that a bit more automated. What I have done is I made this guy. I looked how much. Now this is auto search, because of the update I did. You can change, as I said before, you can change this in the config so it doesn't do that. I'll probably have to change that at some point. If we look at quartz, I looked how much quartz I've got, and I worked out I could make a 16k storage from them little storage things that I had. So now I've got 32 dust left. I could make some cable. I've got 18 quartz to make this 16 into a 64. I'd need 4, 8, 12, 24, 36. I need 36 quartz crystal. So we ain't got enough yet. Once we get to 36 there, I'd up this into a 64. But because this is getting a bit messy, I am going to, just for now. Now we can change this around later. I'm going to grab one of each of all these ingots out of here. Pretty much everything that's an ingot. So they can go in there as well. That's a different type of lead. Refined iron, steel, cyclorite. Got steel yet. Aluminium, I suppose, even though it's not an ingot, it's kind of ingot form of it. Nickel, brass, got some electrum. Let's go grab one of each in there. Red cyclorite, we've got some red alloy somewhere. Red alloy, yeah, I'll have one of them. So pretty much anything that's an ingot, I'm grabbing one of. And what we can do with that is we can go to our pre-format area. So now we can actually pre-format this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click one of each into there. I'm going to put it roughly in the order that I normally do, so I know I'm doing it. I'm not missing anything. Gold, and then lead. Got two types of lead for some reason. Got two types of silver as well. Seems. Okay, electrum. Couple of cyclorites. Need to get the other colours of them in there. We've got green and white to do still. Did I get a black one yet? Electrum. Electrum yet? Gold's in. Nickel. So I've pretty much got all the way through these guys, and then refined iron. Steel. Brass. Got no bronze in there yet. We could just actually check. Have I got any bronze in here? Don't think I have. I'm going to say no, I don't think I've got any bronze. Okay, so what we can do is format that now, and then we'll call this ingots, and click on that. Oops, I should have actually called it ingots first. Click on format. There we go, that's called ingots now, pre-formatted. You can only take ingots these days. Right, another machine we're going to need just to help this on its way is called IO port. MEIO port, basic processor, 2 ME drives. Okay, so let's make one of them. I need a couple of chests. I've got any chests left? No. Okay, let's tidy this up. I'm going to get all the bits ready for this, make that thing, and then we'll show you how you use that. So back in a sec again. So got this bit ready off camera just because it was to speed up a little bit. So there we go, a couple of ME drives. You seem to make them. Make an ME IO port. Now what we can do is nice and quick. What we want to do is we want to put our pre-formatted drive in there. See, ideally this would be a 16k, but it's only a 64k. Well, we'll have to deal with what we've got for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my IO port next to that there. And what we're going to quickly do is take this 16k storage out. That's a 16 as well. I thought that was a 64. And I'm going to put that in there. Is that wet? Yeah, it has. Excellent. So what's happened there is everything that was pre-formatted to go into there has gone into there. So 17 types have gone into there. And we've got everything left in here that wasn't pre-formatted to go. So we've freed some space up in here. We've split some of that out, and that's pulling power, but we don't really need it to pull power all the time. So I might... What much does that pull? It pulls 1 unit. Screw it, we'll leave it on. That's pulling 1 unit of power. So what happened there was, just so you know, this can only accept the pre-formatted ingots. I put this unformatted one into the IO drive there. And you can see that it's set to put things into a drive. Now the only things it could put into a drive, the only available things it could put in were the ingots. So it pulled all the ingots out of this one, put them into there, and quickly we've got our ingots in there. So now if we go back up here, look into our ME terminal, everything looks the same there. Everything looks the same there. What we need to do now is a bit of priority work. So what was that? That was set to 2. Right, so that was set higher. So what we want is the ME drive set to 3, I think. Is that correct? And that guy was set to 1, I believe. So the highest priority now should be the ingot. So the ingots should all be at the top. Not wet at all. Let's still don't really get all these priority things work, to be honest. ME storage priority 2. Well, that ain't working for me, is it? Let's try this and let's take that out for a sec. So there's the stuff that's pre-formatted into the top one. There's the things that are in the chest on the bottom there, and I really don't get how priorities work, because that doesn't sort them out at all. Oh, that's why, because I'm an idiot. Okay, so I had that set. There we go. Right. So I don't remember changing that around. So sort by priority cell order, sorting direction. So now, as you can see, because the ME drive is set to 3, it's the highest priority. I still think that should be the other way around. I think 1 should be the highest priority, but that's just where my brain works, I guess. So all the ingots come first in there, then all the stuff that's unsorted in the chest, then at the end, all the stuff that's in the storage cell. Yeah, so that's all good. So now we're pretty good there. We could start adding, when we get more quartz, which we'll get each time we quarry, we'll get more quartz, of course. We can start adding more storage cells, start formatting stuff, so we'd have all our gems like glowstone, emeralds, diamonds and stuff in one, and stuff like that. And we'll gradually start sorting things out. So that's all good. So that's that bit of the episode sorted. And what was next? We could start getting some ender eyes together, but I think that's probably best off in a separate episode. What we can do is we can get our soul cage. We've got a soul cage left. I thought I had 2. I've got another one there. Excellent. And I seem to have lost my blaze soul. I wonder what I did with that. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of off-camera hunting, see what, there it is, okay. And we're going to need a similar setup down here to the last time, so I can't actually put this in yet anyway. I need to make another wireless redstone receiver and transmitter pair. What we're going to have in here is blazes. Now the thing with blazes is you want them in water, so I actually prefer the spawner up in the air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around a bit, get this sorted out. What we're going to do here is we're going to use water to damage the blazes, push them down towards the turtle. The turtle should get the finishing blow, and if it does, it'll get the XP as well. That's the idea. Might not be perfect, but you can use this type of setup for a blaze as well, but I'm just doing this just for the sake of using a turtle. So I'm going to cut again. Sorry for lots of cuts in this episode. I'm going to cut again, see if that's what we want to be filling the episode up with, or seeing if there's something else that I've missed that I should be covering. So I will be back in a little bit. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a cop-out episode. I need to get some obsidian, I need to do some other stuff, so starting anything now would run the episode long. So for a change, I'm going to run a short episode, and I'm going to finish it there. I think it's just short of 30 minutes, so we haven't really done much. Got a couple of little sundry things sorted. As you can see, my wheat farm's turned off because I had too much wheat. Wheat's up to 64 stacks, plus I've got a load in there. Well, I had a load in there, I've used some of it. By filling this guy back up. That was there yesterday, I think. And it's filling up again. I've turned the wheat farm off for now. To turn them MFR farms off, all you need to do, as you can see there, is add a lever. So this one's got a lever on. That just turned on. That just isolates that. So once we want some wheat again, we can turn that back on. Of course, when we get our... Once you've got a really in-depth ME network, you could have a level limiter on here, detecting how much wheat's in your system, and you could get it to turn on and off depending on how much wheat you've got. A very clever interaction of mods there. You can control all your MFR farms using level limiters, which I plan to do on the main server when we get back on there, on the main Let's Play series. You may have noticed, I don't think I mentioned this, I had a little flax farm, just getting me a bit of string and some flax seeds. Not particularly quick. I put a fertilizer there just in case I want to boost that at any point, but I've got enough string for now. But I can boost that, and again, we could control all these things using level emitters and stuff. Where's that sheep come from? This guy's full again, seeds there, and full of melons there, so I can keep making them impregnated sticks and such like as I need. Getting a good stock of royal jelly, pollen, stringy combs and dripping combs, so I can start utilising this soon, start making some honey, start looking at making a alveary, and of course we are waiting on the 1.5 update that's coming any day now apparently. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to get. What I'm going to do between this episode and next is I've just got some ender pearls there. I'm going to make them into ender eyes. And I'm going to start next episode showing you how you find a stronghold. You need to find a stronghold to get to the end. You need to get to the end to make a legitimate Enderman soul shard. And to do that safely, you need to kill the dragon. So we'll be next episode. Even if the new pack's out, I'll use it as a wrap up to this one. If it's not, we'll carry on doing stuff. But if the new pack's out, as a wrap up, I'll go kill the ender dragon. But that's going to be the next episode. But for this episode, I'm going to say I hope it's enjoyable, and I probably haven't taught you much in this one because I've just been messing about. But I hope you found it enjoyable, and as always, I hope you join me next time. Any likes and stuff's very much appreciated. Any comments, messages, always very welcome. And I hope to see you soon. Cheers. Bye.